Governor for the 27th of February 2013. Let me just quickly make George a presenter also. Okay, he's good to go. Good to see some other people in the room maybe joining. Not a lot of them, but yeah. Rafael, good to see you back. It's interesting to know where you were. Just asking. Yeah, we thought you gave up on us. Okay, maybe he's not here. Okay, let's start. We're gonna talk about that later. Okay, euro dollar. What you're seeing is a 15-minute chart of the euro in front of you, and it hasn't given us much to work with this morning. The euro incredibly annoying. We had, during the German Open, we had some buying, which produced this high. After that, of course, and this thing started selling off. Right now, as you can see, it's reacting to its full halfway back, which it has not respected previously. The only thing we have, for the euro dollar is the short, the next in the series short above us at the 31694 approximately, where, to be honest, this is the next in the series. It's highly technical, should produce a good entry if we get there. However, the way the market has been trading, you never know, what might happen. We could go for all the way halfway back because although it doesn't make much of a sense, to be honest, best thing here for the euro dollar is just to plunge to the downside, and go to the 128, 129, whatever it chooses. So we can have, because today is the 27th, tomorrow is the 28th of February, and with that we end the month. So it would be great, on the 1st of March to be down around the 129 level, so we can have a low in place basically, and then we will be really happy to play a full halfway back on the euro dollar on a Friday. It will be a good setup. Just I have this thing up here. It hasn't broken yet. It is an extension drawn from 13848. It's a bit far-fetched. Right now it's just an observation, and I'm not putting much weight to it. But there is something here. The 1312 is producing some sort of resistance for us, and as I told you, right now I just noticed it. We are getting a reaction off this halfway back. So to be honest, frankly speaking, in a couple of hours, this thing could go either way. Would love to see it to the downside, properly. Would love to see it to the upside also. Almost exact repetition of the previous times we've plunged through, from the series. Pretty much the same price action. This high, then marginal low, then you go up and you play the next in the series. What I have drawn up here, just in case, is the full halfway back, which comes around in 133.637. Just in case. And this is the full, absolutely full halfway back at the 128.755. What I'm considering the full halfway back only for the reason that the target of the full halfway back aligns almost perfectly with the 50% entry point of the larger long. We'll see. Um, Monday was so generous to us that probably the rest of the week is going to be just you know, going up and down, in a range. I don't know. I don't want to make such guesstimates, but still, you got to acknowledge it that Monday was a great day, and it's only normal, for after such a such price action for the market to be as calm as it is right now, because both sides right now are, the longs are waiting for the entry, and shorts are still in here, just also waiting, for a pullback to initiate more new shorts. So we'll see. It's just, it's just nowhere, to be honest. Okay, moving along. By the way, is this are you guys seeing the screen properly? I'm just wondering because I switched. I'm using this main window of multi-charts in the middle right now. Is that okay for you guys? Do you see? Is the font big enough? Is it okay? Okay. So what we have in our hands in the pound is this halfway back drawn from over here, which we established that was our extension short entry, and we have held the halfway back. Of course, it has been bouncing off the 150812 level, and for now, we could go for a retest over here. I'm just careful with the pound. I'm not saying it's not gonna go a lot lower. I'm just saying that you should be careful with the pound right now because it's at multi-year support. It can just decide and go straight up, to find a more meaningful extension to be shorted properly. If we're gonna break the larger support level, which is at this point not so far away, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it is. It's a 148. I don't have it drawn up here, but still. Okay, any questions regarding the pound and the euro? They've had awful price action, so not much to say about them. It's just and everybody is at a standstill, just waiting for Bernanke to say something. I think he's gonna just come up today and mumble again and say nothing. As Steven said, we hope that he says something that the market can misinterpret, and God help us, we go to either side, because I'm tired of this price action. Peter, you raise your hand. Do you have anything to share with us? Always nice to see other people's opinions, especially Peter. He's a experienced trader. Just playing with the settings, okay. Okay. Aussie dollar. What I have here at the 101.76 is previous proven support. It's this thing. Just a second. It's this thing. It's where we have had previous, support in 2012. So I am really, I expect to see something off this level, the 101.761. We should see something, hopefully. I don't know. If we don't, that says a lot about the Aussie. It says that it's weak as hell. And if we, the full halfway back is down at the 101.5, similar over here. We'll see how it goes. In respect to our Euro Aussie trade, for our sake, we hope that this thing doesn't react over here, but we'll see. And the Aussie dollar, of course, the only thing solid that we have on our hands is the halfway back from a 14769, which tested twice. This is the low you should have, the 102.251. reacted, twice off this level, pretty decently, and almost target. This was a very tough trade. I didn't take it myself personally. Extremely tough trade. Retrade once, you know, then you hope you have some decent, downside, and the thing decides to retest. Makes this mini. It's not a double top, but yeah, looks it. Yeah, we'll see. Not a lot of, not showing anything in here, to be honest. Terrible price action by the Aussie. The Aussie dollar is, it certainly doesn't know what's happening. Okay, going to Euro JPY. Euro JPY, still, like, I don't know if you guys saw what me and George were drawing earlier. If you draw your full halfway back short from the 127.748 to this low, the 120.22.844, it is where we supposedly held once, twice, and then we confirmed the third time by holding perfectly the 50%. So we draw, it's pretty much the same if you draw the extension from here, which is the one that took slower, in the sell-off, or if you take this low over here. This is the lower anchor of your traditional within your JPY. So we have targets of this short at the 117.741. We should say they're pretty close, knowing the price action within the yen crosses. We'll see this level, which I have drawn up over here. This 50% at the 119.605 approximately. Really depends on how you draw it. Let me just go to a daily chart very quickly, so I don't have to, we talked about this yesterday. It's this thing. So in terms of candlesticks, because I look at those things, it's perfect, to make a reversal over here. However, we'll see. To be honest, this level it's not far-fetched. It's the first extension that you eyeball directly, from if you pull out a daily chart, you're going to be, yeah, this is the extension that's going to come into play for sure. However, it's been providing support. As you can see, we don't have a daily close below this level now for 2 days, and this thing stopped the sell-off. I'm not trying to sell you this theory. I'm just observing in here. I still haven't, bought the Euro JPY over here. In fact, we're we're short. I'm just observing, just watching, because the trade that comes over here is going to be very profitable. Whatever it is, halfway back, or this extension, or I told you there are 3 possibilities. One, which is probably the most technically correct, is extension drawn from the top of your last traditional, which was held before the beginning of the series of extensions. 2, the one that you would eyeball directly, this one, which we were talking about. And 3 is the full halfway back. So have all of them in, in mind. So full halfway back, it's interesting to see that aligns perfectly with with previous highs. So whatever happens, we wouldn't expect the yen to go below the 111 level, because if we break down into below previous highs, probably there's no pulling this thing up again. We'll see. For now, what we have in our hands is support, supposedly, is this thing. And it will be also the short which we have right now. If we don't get a brutal sell-off, the target is just above the 61.8% line. So still hanging in here. Okay. Okay, guys, moving to USD
Mm-hmm.
could make the case for this extension, the 93 to 11. It's lows. And we have not seen anything hold as support from here. We have not witnessed, any of the longs holding over here. So we're not, pretty excited about the long side. In fact, we're excited about the short side.
Pretty much
What
the
you
same.
see is pretty much the same what I showed you in USD I don't have it as a daily chart. Actually, sorry guys, it's not. I'm really sorry. It's the halfway back from these two distinct bottoms that we have, and it's been providing some support. What I want to say is, in fact, the level in which your JPY right now is trading. If we have a look at the same level in USD JPY, is the 89.3 level. I'm just above this level. I'm just going to say that it's not one but two major banks. Not that they're a criteria for us. They're very large and they have a totally different idea about trading. But what I want to say is two large banks have their buy orders and they expect the USD JPY to come over here so they can buy it up over here. I'm just saying that. Yeah. Um, some I'm pretty sure they have this thing in mind and they're looking at this. So. But for now, what we have is traditional drop from the 87,783 to 94,553, and it's right now trying to defend, and it's been defending. That's what we should say. It's just, I told you, it stopped the brutal sell-off and traded again. Continuous reaction of this level. So we shouldn't disregard it. Of course, we should say that not a very powerful level. If it was, it would have broken this puny extension short.
There's a halfway back short to the people.
What George is saying is that we are holding the halfway back.
При мен е до пипа, Питер явно гапа малко по-късно, но при мен е до пипа, даже няма.
Okay, yeah, we can make a case for this thing also. I've been just looking at the extension because I'm disregarding this then because after that we had continuous holds of the extension over here. So I'm just making an analogy between your JPY and USD JPY. Yeah, of course, it's the halfway back also. Okay. Any questions, guys? By the way, any questions? It's just a review of pretty much what we've been talking about yesterday. There's no major change. Nothing happened yesterday. Nothing crucial. Yeah, what George is saying, and of course I've said that it's these support levels have to be confirmed to us. That's why we haven't issued buy orders or anything over here. Because we need a break of shorts to validate this thing. So for now, it's just purely a theory. It's just price observation. Everything about this system and basically in general in technical analysis is about price discovery. Rafael, I'm gonna let George have a look at USD CHF. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at it because George doesn't want to. Okay, just very quickly, no major change in gold since yesterday. We talked about the gold broke away from its extension short. So what we have in our hands is a full halfway back drawn from a 1697 to lows. 1626 is the level of participation we are going to consider here. Of course, I have some ideas, but let's be highly technical about this thing because gold is just when Bernanke starts speaking, probably it's gonna shoot up and just take this level by the pip. So we'll see. Okay. Just before I move to USD let me think of something else to talk about. Let me bring up this chart over here, so we have a larger chart to work with. Okay, Euro Aussie. What we bounced off over here, and what we have is basically a full halfway back long off of drawn from the 121.589 to highs. And for now, this long has confirmed itself by breaking the series of shorts we had above us, which would be this thing. As you can see, clearly broke, even went past the targets of the first traditional, which it held. Very unfortunate for us is that when yesterday we had this full halfway back short next in the series, not full halfway back, next in the series short, we did not, we did not break it. We traded the halfway back first, halfway back long, and then broke short. Very unfortunate. This was not, a valid take. If you know the price action in the Euro Oz, you would probably take this, but I saw it last night, but I didn't want to buy it because it was trading from a short, and I am expecting this thing to retrade the larger support level. We were discussing this, and when George came into the office, he just said the same thing there. He's also expecting at least one retrade of the full halfway back. But for now, we have completed one traditional. We defended an extension long in the morning, and after that failed the same anchor new high. And right now this thing is trying to receive some support out of a level which I don't have, and to be honest, I don't see what it is. I don't think it's not what you think, it's what you see in front of you. But problem is I don't see what this level is. Doesn't make any sense to me. So I would expect it either to at least go down to the 128.1, or trade a full halfway back, same anchor new high. This time, the 127.75. But you never know. Problem with the Euro Aussie is once it gets going, it's not gonna let anyone. It's not gonna let anyone in. It's very hard. It's gonna be a very hard entry into a trend. So whoever missed the first entry down here, which traded amazingly to the pip, is gonna have a hard time getting in here. Okay, George says something about dollar yen. Okay, breaking down. Only normal. That's what we've been seeing the whole week. Okay, let's go to. Let me actually see if I maybe have it over here. I don't. Okay. USDCHF, as far as I remember, was. Okay. Okay, let's first go to a 4-hour chart, because I don't remember what's going on a larger time frame over here. Have not been looking at this thing for quite a while. Okay, a lot of retracements over here. Um, okay, until this thing loads, I'm pretty sure now I remember what's going on. So we have this extension, which has been providing support for us for quite a long time now. It's same anchor new high, and has retraded. This is the third retest that we have, and if we zoom in here, I believe that we have. Just a second, guys. Um, doesn't make a lot of sense on the forward chart. So it's a hold of this thing, and then go straight, then retest this level. So this is a distinct bottom, and we are going to look for it from here. To be honest, just a second, guys. Let me have a look at a 1 hour chart. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, the yen breaking down. Apparently, George is happy. What George is saying is that you can book your half of your euro yen over here. Okay, Rafal. Okay, it's coming back to me now. So it's an extension drawn from point 911. Goes to target, tries to break out multiple retests, and then it's same anchor new high over here. Trades the 50 perfectly, and as far as I can see, it's again same anchor new high, or it isn't actually. It's not a halfway back also. That's the only problem. It's not a halfway back also. We got breaks over here. It's maybe a full halfway back of the whole thing. Yep, could be this. Sorry. Target's up above. However, entry is missed, and the way that I see this, this thing could make a retest. Very possible. This is not actually, good price action. To be honest, you have to play over here with the big levels, and for instance, this, the 91, and then this was. But it's very hard, because fails the extension. You're expecting it to trade same anchor, new high, same anchor, new high, same anchor, new high, and this thing just goes and spits in your face and trades the full 50 from here. I don't know. For now, this is what you have. This is your latest retracement. This is a 1 hour chart, and of course, what is still holding it to the upside, if I'm seeing correctly, is another halfway back. So your larger targets, if you're from in here, the 92.4. Are above at the 93.7, but this thing is going to need a lot of help. It's not going to happen easily. It's not only dollar strength that you need for a long over here. Okay, any questions, guys? Forex machine, no longs have been issued. Please, guys, look at the Twitter feed. We have not issued. We're just looking. This is what you do when you want to find the proper price level. Is you look for entries. Like you look for possible support, and you look for support to prove to your to get proved. Of course, there are some levels which such as the halfway back. This thing which I'm showing you right now, this could be, this is just interim, interim support for somebody to buy over there, or for the market just to make a pullback. Same in the euro dollar. Let me just bring up a chart of the euro dollar, and because I don't think I can convey this message, through some levels, like when you know the strategy properly. And that's why I continuously talk to people. Please have a look at the educational webinars, the educational material, and this webinar, which we do daily, regarding the halfway back strategy, is pretty much like extremely educational. It's like, it couldn't be more educational than this. I'm showing you every series how it's traded, what is the specific case, and on top of everything, I'm telling you, for the pairs that I know, what are the specifics, what it would do, would it trade a same anchor new high traditional, would it trade, would it shoot up in extensions, what are, for the pairs that I'm familiar with. So please listen to what we're saying. Don't just blindly start, So, for example, what I was saying about the euro dollar is, and if we get rid of this, we know that what we had on the euro is this thing. So this is when it goes to target, and the normal thing which you would expect, and that's why I counted so much on that extension, but it failed me, really badly, is this thing which we front ran by 12 pips or something. So when we received the reaction over here, I don't know if you guys remember this, and then we started looking, for possible support. However, the only valid thing when we break this thing is the full halfway back, like the proper full halfway back long. However, the halfway backs which you would have, like for instance, the one for the halfway back for the year, it provided support, but it was only support for us to be able to go into this full halfway back. It wasn't enough. You would look for these levels, because the market, it's not a perpetual move. It's look at it. It's a staircase down market. This is the kind of downside. This is constructive downside. This is the kind of downside you would be okay with. It's not a panic sell-off. It's not an unwinding like in the yen. What happened on Monday? It's just a staircase down market with look at it. It's very nice. It's the proper way that a market should trade. This means the euro dollar is highly technical right now, and the fact that we're having this downside, in such a technical manner, only means that we're going to have the same upside. We can rely on the system. We can rely on the extensions and the traditionals. So you have to know which levels are the most valid ones. Coming back to the point which I was trying to make, you have to know which levels are very valid, but you should know also the other levels which could provide support for you when you're in a downtrend to go up to the extension or traditional short. Are you getting what I'm saying? Like these interim levels, the 131.5, the 133 right here, they are just levels which you could have the run to the upside from here, but you have to prove. And as far as that full halfway back, it's something that you would expect always having a proper reaction, break at least the most most recent short. Okay, I think I just said a mouthful over there. I hope you understand what I mean. And for me, it's annoying right now that the euro dollar is trading. It's not trading within the system. It's not trading the proper. Like for instance, you have this. So the next thing you would expect is to trade this, but it's not trading that, as you see. It's trading something different. So and what annoys me is that it's not also going up. It could, of course, but we expect, right now, this thing. To be honest, I'm expecting, the Bernanke to put up the market today a bit, because it will be. We're not talking about the increase. We're talking about the year right now. Yeah, what you're just saying is correct. If we get a bit, what okay, we can have. Let me be technical about this. Yeah, again, Rafael. He's testifying. Yesterday was the banking commission. Today is what was it? Something else. Monetary commission or something of the sort. Um, Financial Services Committee. It's in 3 GMT. So I forgot what I was saying. Doesn't matter. Uh, George is sending me something. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at something very quickly. But what I'm saying, guys, is the perfect scenario for the euro dollar today is, and that's the in a perfect world, you would dream of this thing, is euro get bids up to here, you receive your entry here, goes to the 129.5 level, you get your full 50. This one is not the full 50, but this one is drawn from the first 50% that we held. This thing over here, the 121.35. So and that would be the perfect play from the euro dollar. That would be great if it happens. We'll see. Guys, do you have any questions? Because I'm feeling I'm starting to digress, and get on your nerves. Okay, I am gonna leave you with this. Um, I hope I was able to convey the point about price discovery that I was trying to make. Um, See you, Rafal. So I'm gonna give you George, and he's gonna talk about crazy harmonic patterns, which also have proven to be extremely profitable. Okay, that's it from me.
Okay, guys, can you hear me? I think everybody can hear me. Now I'm going to start with Euro Yen. First of all, we have a bullish Gartley over here. This is pretty much perfect bullish Gartley pattern. I mean, if we exclude the spike high, this is, as good as a Gartley looks at. Uh, Looks like. Okay, very quiet. Let me increase my volume a bit. Okay, should be better now. Anyways, this is a bullish Gartley on the Euro Yen. It's getting some participation. So I'm thinking that we are going to see a short entry from over here to the micro halfway back short from this Gartley into the break of this symmetrical triangle. Or actually, it's not a triangle, this is a pennant. So extremely bearish currently on the Euro Yen. As you guys know, I mean, I am expecting a staircase down market here to occur right now. If we consider yesterday to have been, how can I say, a preparatory day. If we consider yesterday to have been a preparatory day for the market to just punch, today is the day that this is going to happen. Now what we are holding is is an extension short. We trade a halfway back short over here to targets, and now we are in a series of extension shorts, slightly dipped above the 61.8 line. However, actually on my chart not even dipped, pretty perfect hold. The hold is perfect on my chart. I don't know why at home it looked like it dipped just like 1-2 pips, which is perfectly fine statistical error. Um, so we are in the short, series of shorts of the high, and we are now breaking the triangle range. So yesterday, the way I consider yesterday was the chill out day, the keep it calm day, the day in which we are gathering momentum for more downside, and this momentum should come now. And to put it bluntly, and I will put it bluntly, I see absolutely nothing bullish here. I don't see any support that we could potentially be holding here on the Euro JPY, even on the Dow Yen. I see immediate bearish setups by the break of this. These are, I mean, come on, guys, these are amazing pennants. This is how a pennant should look like, and this is no coincidence, And the fact that we couldn't even break, like even once, this resistance, this trend line resistance, I think just that by itself says quite a lot about the power of this pennant. Now, pennants, for those of you that are not familiar, they occur after extremely, just like flags, they occur after extremely sharp moves. And they are a continuation pattern. So in this case, we had an extremely sharp move to the downside, and now we had a bearish pennant, and we anticipate the continuation to the downside. Pennants have targets of 2/3 of the prior move. So if we consider this to be the prior move over here, that is like 406 pips. That means that our target to the downside are around 300 pips or something like that, which is where the long entry, the extension long that Alex has been talking about is for ages. So I see no real support on the Euro Yen until, what was it, Alex? 116.70? 116.70. So I am currently extremely bearish the Euro Yen, extremely bearish the Dow Yen. Cannot emphasize how bearish I feel on those. That is, of course, in the immediate term, and I am just as easily going to switch to the upside if we get the levels of participation. Now, I won't move to the weekly chart. I think this is the chart where the bearish shark is. As you guys can see, the bearish shark literally high-ticked the yen price movement. A pity, really, that we didn't stick to our plan. I mean, it is a pity, but what can you do about it? Things like that happen. You are not always going to be catch everything, but that's how it is. Now, if this bearish shark, and I do think it's going to work simply because it's so freaking perfect, it indicates a move all the way halfway back long, and I am actually considering going extremely long at the way halfway back long. So until this trades, generally mainly because of the shark, I'm not so pumped about the upside. However, like currently, at least until 116, the 116.7 mark, I don't see anything that can serve as resistance. Now, we are short from over here yesterday. Actually, if we have to be extremely honest, I got stopped yesterday. In the morning, I got stopped because I trailed my stop a bit and I re-entered. That doesn't matter. The short is the same. It is unchanged. Hence why I didn't tweet it. The principle remains the same. This is extremely bearish. Extremely bearish, and that is the way it is. That is the way it is. The same thing occurs as well on the Dow Yen. Actually, I can make a case that the Dow Yen is even more bearish than the Euro Dollar. Now, firstly, the reason is we broke a daily wonk, and that by itself is pretty major. We broke the daily wonk, and after breaking the daily wonk, guess what we had? We had an ambush short trade. Now, this is no coincidence. And I expect further downside. The pennant honestly looks even better on the Dow Yen. As you guys can see, absolutely perfect hold of the 50%. I mean, this is to the pip, guys. This is to the pip. This is to the pip. And now we have a bearish pennant breaking down. So I don't like, okay, I am extremely bearish. I'm not saying that that means that we are going to go down like with 100% certainty. I cannot be 100% certain that we are going to go down. Well, I certainly prefer it. Now we have major event risk, so with major event risk anything can happen. However, I do think Bernanke is going to offer this into the larger long levels, the ones that Alexander earlier spoke about. So that is my view. I'm looking for more downside both on the dollar and on the euro yen. And I'm relatively sure this is a pretty clear point. Now I am going to move to the euro Aussie. Simply because this is an amazing trade. Literally wall tick that one. I am very proud of this. Okay, let me just put my open positions on. As you guys can see, the position is floating 150 pips right now. Now this trade is free, pretty much at this point, and we are rejecting ideally from the potential reversal zone. Now, what could happen on the yen is, on the euro Aussie, is, and this shouldn't be dismissed by any chance, I can certainly see retests of these levels. Now, if we see further downside, I think that we might actually extend the downside to actually trade this bullish bat perfectly at the 1263 level. Now, what I'm going to do is, if this happens, I'm going to be adding here as my initial long order. As my initial long order pretty much got free, I am going to be adding on a drop to the 88.6 line. I don't know if this makes sense to you. I generally have a rule never to average down when trading on margin, but the thing is that given the fact that we are already riskless, that does not apply. That applies only when you aren't riskless. So certainly looks extremely good. We will see. I can, the other thing that is going to initiate me, initiate by every single dip mode would be a break of this halfway back short. So if we break the halfway back short, drawn from this high to the low where we, pretty much low tick the euro Aussie. So a break above pretty much 1.3. I'm going to start buying dips. If we break this halfway back short. So that is. I think that is relatively simple and easy to understand. We have so many. We have people pattern confluence here. We have next in the series halfway back long on the daily time frame. We have a daily inverted candle shoulders, and we have a bullish bat. I mean, come on, let's face it. Things don't get much more perfect than this, right? Ideally, in an ideal world, this is just going to continue shooting up. I do think that there is a good chance to retrade the long, simply because I think that the euro dollar has to go to a full halfway back long, and I'm not sure what that's going to mean in terms of implications for the euro Aussie. However, we are free, and that is all we care about. And our targets are, like 1,400 pips above us. So that is pretty major. Yes, I think you will agree with that. Very good trading this week. I don't want to brag, but I am feeling extremely good about my trading. Extremely good. Now, let me just quickly cover also the pound dollar. The pound dollar, everything remains unchanged. I got stopped on my add-on, unfortunately. But these things happen. I can make a case that we never broke the level that I added to, but that is the way it is. Now this trend line is also here, so keep this in mind. We have this trend line, and we have a bearish broadening formation that is pretty much just getting retested. So at this point, so many bearish factors on the pound dollar that I simply cannot see any upside. I think it's just silly to expect any upside here. It's valid until it fails, and the evidence is so bearish here that just dismissing it on the thing, that it's down too much, does not make sense to me. Certainly this can fail. We have already booked 60 pips here. It can fail, and that is why we have trailed our stops to break even. But while we hold this trend line, while we have this broadening bearish formation, broadening formation bearish, I just don't see the argument for any longs here. I will admit, however, in the morning we traded a halfway back long from some awkward level. I have no idea what that level was, and we are holding it. We will see a potential small battle over the trend over here. Ok, tinha a primest. Okay, so yeah, so I maintain my bearish stance on the pound dollar. However, I'm actually probably not going to add any further, simply because the way I view it at this point is I have quite a bit of exposure in the euro yen, in the euro Aussie. The euro yen trades are going well by themselves. No need to spoil, a potential nasty cable correction. The euro pound looks kind of bearish now. Never hit targets. We're trading prior spot and breaking what looks like a bearish flag. I'm just noticing that the euro yen is just slipping like crazy, which is very good. Euro yen is slipping nice. Okay, so yeah, the euro pound looks bearish. We will see how this develops. I can certainly see more downside now, given the fact that the euro dollar has to trade its full halfway back long. This is, I don't know if you guys remember, you can turn on your educational webinar from the 1st of February or whenever we did it. I said we probably have topped on the 1st of February. I said we are probably going to trade a halfway back long, and this chart has remained unchanged since the start of the month. So while I do feel a little bit sad from the point of perspective that I didn't trade this, it is, just generally a good feeling to know that your analysis paid off. It's, in a sense, giving you some confidence for your future trades. I consider this a mistake by myself for not trading the downside, despite my strong conviction that we had topped on the 1st of February. The risk to reward was simply great, and I am not going to be repeating this mistake again. That is a promise. Now I'm waiting patiently for this halfway back. What I want to point out is that I see the potential reversal zone on the, sorry, not this hip. I see the potential reversal zone on the euro dollar to actually be a bit more complex than what most people would argue. So I think it is actually between 1.292 and 1.284. So this is, in my opinion, potential reversal zone. Oh shit, the euro, and now the dollar yen is retracing the losses it just made, which is quite annoying. Is something going on? Are there some kind of news? Damn. I would be extremely annoyed if the dollar yen holds the range today as well. I personally think that looks like an elevator down. No, I'm not heading yet. Then not yet. Before the euro dollar trades its full halfway back long, I feel it's risky to be adding to the euro Aussie. Now, what the hell is going on? Why is the yen retracing? Are there any news? I want to see an elevator down, so certainly not liking this. Nope, nothing yet. Interesting. So Bernanke is going to start speaking soon. We'll see. So yeah, guys, that's about it on my part and on the pattern perspective. Bearish the dollar and the euro yen, soon bullish the euro dollar, bullish the euro Aussie, and that's about it. And bearish the pound dollar. That's about it. But I do acknowledge that the pound dollar can get nasty. extremely nasty as well. Uh, so guys, any questions? Then I think I answered your questions. No, I'm not going to be adding until at least you dollar holds it to full halfway back one. Mm, actually, if they're able to settle the debt limit, the debt ceiling, this is going to be extremely bullish the dollar yen, and it is going to do probably a 400-500 pip move in a day. So I'm just saying, be careful with that shit. The dollar yen really cares about the debt ceiling. The euro dollar is getting participation from somewhere rich, pretty much parables from what I can gather. Hey, shit, what the hell is going on? Very good retracement from the dollar yen and from the euro dollar. Euro dollar halfway back, but it's a bit finding it a bit in the doorway and a bit awkward. Uh, the way what I'm thinking, guys, is this could get dirty again today, which is going to be extremely annoying. But it is the way it is, guys. It is the way it is. What can I say? And the euro dollar is going apeshit, which is really not nice for my euro yen. Okay, I'm starting to have a feeling I'm going to get stopped at break even on the euro yen. Damn. How annoying. Such a beautiful setup, but I am going to be looking to short. I really couldn't care less about these short-term spikes. Now let me check the S&P just for S&P just went nuts. No idea. But by the way, guys, on the S&P, I'm surprised nobody is discussing this. But we are holding the next in the series longs from the fiscal cliff halfway back that we held. So, needless to say, that is pretty important. Pretty perfect. Pretty perfect. So, guys, I don't want to be a dick, but we have yet to see confirmation of downside in the S&P, and I don't see any evidence right now to actually suggest this just yet. Although from a pattern perspective, I will admit this looks like a bearish wedge, but this also looks like an ABC correction, so a case can be made for both sides. In terms of the halfway back, we have yet to fail the next daily wonk, which, to put it bluntly, means that we cannot make a case for shorts yet. Okay, guys, I think that is it for me. Do you have any questions? What the hell is going on with the yen? This is getting extremely annoying. Не, нищо, държиме, бе, какво? Спокойно, бе, бе. Annoying. Extremely annoying. Break-even не е лоша идея, ама как гледам така ще лики пики pending sales is we'll see. Okay guys, any questions? Because I think I'm going to conclude now because I have to do some stuff on my trades. На небе малък и 100% така, бе. Добре, хубаво. Сега ще видим. Okay, guys, I have some work to do, so I am going to conclude now from what I can gather. I don't think there are any questions. Thank you very much for attending, and we'll see you later.